A lot of you related to our recent friendship video, and many have been asking for tips on navigating friendships, which is why we've made this one. Do you feel like you're drifting apart from your friends? The ones you thought would be there forever now feel like strangers. You want to stay close, you try to keep in touch, but things feel one-sided and are now so complicated, and it makes you wonder why your friendships never last. If this sounds familiar, know that you're not alone, and it's not entirely your fault. We're here to explain why some friendships may not last and offer tips on how to navigate them. Poor communication. Friendship, just like any other relationship, requires constant communication. Those extended periods of silence and no contact can weaken bonds and create cracks quickly. Imagine you haven't spoken to a friend in months, not because you're upset, but because life got really busy. Over time, the silence makes reaching out feel awkward. A quick call, text, or sharing a picture to update your friends about your life goes a long way to keep them involved in your life. Remember, friendships are built on the consistency of small efforts and not necessarily huge gestures. Holding grudges. Holding grudges can quietly damage your friendship. For example, if your friend forgets your birthday and instead of sharing how it hurt you, you ignore their birthday to even the score, it creates resentment. Over time, these unspoken feelings can weaken your bond. When a friend's actions upset you, address it calmly and honestly without being confrontational. It shows you value friendship and want to resolve the issue. And while it's good to give your friends grace, because they're human, you shouldn't tolerate previously addressed, repeated behaviors that harm your mental health. Ego issues. Friendships always take a hit when pride gets in the way. You sometimes expect the other person to make the first move, to text, apologize, or reconnect, with thoughts like, why should I be the one to text first? Try to put your friendship above your ego. Reach out, especially during moments of silence after a disagreement. Waiting for the other person to act first could cost you a connection that still matters to both of you. One-sided friendships. On the flip side, if you were always the one who reached out first all the time, planned meetups or checked in, it's easy to feel unappreciated. Sometimes friends are so passive, and this imbalance creates exhaustion. You may start to wonder if the friendship means as much to them as it does to you. Pause your efforts and see if they reciprocate. If they don't, it's a sign to reevaluate the relationship and understand why this friendship might not last. Which brings us to the next point. You lower your standards. Not everyone who's nice to you is a true friend. Sometimes you let people in too easily, mistaking their niceness for genuine care and kindness. These relationships may seem fine until you realize they were built on convenience rather than mutual care. If they betray your trust or disappear when you're no longer useful, it can leave you questioning your judgment. Set clear boundaries and observe how people treat you over time. Genuine friends respect your limits and show up when it matters, not just when it benefits them. Can you relate to any of these reasons? Subscribe for more and hit the notification bell to stay updated on new content. Major life events. Major life events like moving to a new city, getting married, or shifting careers can put a strain on friendships. For example, when you or your best friend gets into a relationship and spends less time with you, or vice versa. It's easy to feel left out or distant. Instead of pulling away, try to stay connected during these events. If the effort is mutual, adjust your friendship to fit the new circumstances. Adjustments like scheduling coffee dates or video calls or sending a voice note telling your friend about recent developments in your life can keep the bond strong rather than letting things be. Personal growth and change. Change is natural, and as you grow, your interests and values may no longer align with your friends. This can be hard to accept, but it doesn't always mean the friendship must end. Be open about your journey and support theirs, even if it means spending less time together. Sometimes growth takes people in different directions. You might adopt new habits or challenges while your friends stay in familiar patterns. Try to find common ground to keep the connection. But if that's not possible, cherish the memories and embrace the new paths life takes you on. The friendship ran its course. Not all friendships are meant to last forever. Franco, a professor of psychology at the University of Maryland, explained that situational friends are friends you connect with in a specific setting, like work, yoga class, or gaming. The bond often doesn't extend beyond that shared environment. For example, a coworker might make your job enjoyable, or a college friend might have created lasting memories with you. These bonds enhanced those experiences, but may fade when the circumstances change. You can rekindle the friendship by reminiscing on old times or scheduling hangouts if you both want to, but if you feel like the friendship has run its course, it's okay to let it go without guilt. If you've never had long-lasting friendships, It doesn't mean you're unworthy of them. Friendships require effort from both sides, and sometimes it's simply about finding the right people. Stay open, stay kind, and appreciate all the friends that made an effort to stay. Take a moment today to reach out to a friend that's been on your mind. A simple message could start the process of rebuilding what you thought was lost. Need more insights on friendships? Then this video will be helpful.